blaster. I wonder if it tastes good. You ever wonder why we're here? No, I mean literally why we're here. Pretending to be garbage men, because that's my only job prospects after this YouTube thing falls through. What was all that stuff about a 70s British rock band and a fictional animatronic bear? You wanna talk about it? Wait, we've got a cheap Chinese Nerf shotgun to take a look at? Why didn't you just start with that? All right, this time we're looking at some Amazon royalty when it comes to the knockoff foam flinger section. Unlike a lot of the other name brands that we take a look at here on Nerf Dumpster Diving, AGM MASTECH is actually kind of a big name. They have a lot of different products on Amazon, and I hope to take a look at all of them in the future. But obviously, we're gonna take a look at tube-fed shell ejection Nerf shotguns first, because that's where all the money is, right?
Yeah, but Walcom, even if it's really good, you're gonna say you don't like it because it doesn't hit hard enough because all you care about is performance!
Well, that's kind of weird, hypothetical YouTube viewer, because if you were actually subscribed to my channel, you would know that's not true at all. Henshin, die, Henshin! Alright, so this one's actually a little confusing, because if you actually look at this pretty much exact product on Amazon, they have 7 different editions listed here, and most of them seem like the same thing at wildly different price points. The ones I have appear to be the AB094-D variants, because they don't have a stock or anything with them. They ring in for a grand total of $20.50, which is honestly a lot cheaper than I was expecting. The AGM MASTECH Toy Gun Models Foam Blaster Soft Bullet Shotgun Empty Shell Ejecting Design, perfect for indoor and outdoor play, with 15 shells, 40 soft darts, 2 ammunition racks. And hold on, we gotta look, yes, it says perfect gift. Of course it's gonna say it's the perfect gift. They're all the perfect gift! Grandmas everywhere, rejoice! Key features: safe and durable, made of high quality materials. It is both safe and sturdy. Comes with 15 shells, 40 soft foam darts, and 2 ammunition racks, providing a safe and worry-free combat experience. I really don't like the way they called it a combat experience. Let's not get crazy. These are toys for children. Empty shell ejecting design. Our unique design, yes, unique. The empty shell will pop up automatically, simulating actual combat shooting, giving you the feeling of being there. Yes, because we want our children to have PTSD flashbacks of trench warfare. Attractive style? The combination of the pump action, shells, and sound bring player an excellent play value. What does that have to do with attractive style? How does the value and never mind, let's go. Realistic appearance. The toy gun has a realistic appearance that will guarantee that your child will get mad dumped by a concerned Karen on her way to Trader Joe's. I'm sorry, that will enhance your child's imaginative play. The ergonomic grip ensures comfortable play experience for kids. Let me know down in the comment section if you think this thing is actually realistic. And of course, say it with me, it's always the perfect gift. Ideal choice for children's birthday parties, Christmas, Children's Day, family gatherings, or outdoor entertainment. You will really love the look and design. This is an amazing toy gun for kids, boys, and girls who are fanatics. I don't want to give a fanatic any kind of gun. Who are you marketing to? Oh, there's the actual product description that shows the model that we have right there. It is apparently 21.3 inches long and 6.3 inches high. That's a lot of inches. Pull the boat to load and throw the cartridge case. Pull back and open, loading ×3, close and push up. So it looks like the internal magazine tube holds 3 shells. Hopefully like a 3+1 situation. Fires darts up to 66 feet. That's standard and strike ranges, but for a $20 shell ejecting shotgun that Nerf couldn't do, I mean, remember the Nerf N-Strike Elite trilogy and how much of a disappointment that was, that's not too bad. Shotgun blaster. Interesting outdoor activities, shooting competition. Just the one activity, apparently. I mean, the quality on this photo is about on par with my thumbnails. It's got 4.3 stars out of 5 from 70 global ratings. This review says, worth it. This is the coolest Nerf gun I have ever used, LOL. I bought this for my son for Christmas and it ejects shells like a real gun and the Nerf bullets stick really well to objects. He loves it. It's definitely worth the money, easy to use, good quality, and functions as it's supposed to. But the 4-star rating is a little bit more scathing. No stock attachment, but seems to be good quality. Ours did not come with the butt/stock as shown in pictures. We ordered a second gun thinking it was somehow missing it from the first. The second gun was also missing the attachable stock. All right, at this point, it seems like a skill issue. Amazon hooked us up, so we're all good standard now, but ellipses. The photos show the stock. In the instruction pictures, there's a stock for them to be molded in the plastic tray in the box, but there is no stock. Otherwise, my son loves it and seems to be good quality. Shoots far and accurately. We're gonna have to test that. I'll come back to update after we use it a while. That was a few weeks ago, and I don't see any updates. Rest easy, Susie T, Amazon reviewer. There is a 2-star review from other countries, but I can't read that. I can translate it to English, though, so let's see what happens there. Nice toy. The operation is fun, and the power is also good, but to the touch, it gives a lot of plastic impression. Personally, for 70 euros, it is too poorly maintained. Returned. It could be a nice replica at half the price. Man, you are Hasbro's perfect audience. Oh, seriously, Amazon listings are my favorite thing. All right, I've delayed it long enough. Time for the money shot. There's a thing. So we got this gigantic Lego bag with a couple of screws and a screwdriver. We've got a Picatinny rail mounted shell carrier. It's very thin, rubbery plastic. ×2, mind you. Bag of shells, quite a few here. A grip that is extremely... This thing is so heavy? Why is it so heavy? We'll worry about those screws later. It's like a bonus gift with my blaster! I wonder if it tastes good. Taking a play right out of the Beats headphones, just add a ton of metal to make it feel premium. Here are the darts. They're not quite full length. They are suction-tipped darts. They look like really poor quality. And of course, the blaster itself, which feels like absolutely nothing. All right, is that actually metal? You know, I think it is, but it's incredibly thin. I mean, the grip is actually extremely comfortable. Well textured, thinner at the top, larger at the bottom. Even for my child-sized hands, this feels excellent. Maybe the real treasure was the lead weights we met along the way. Warning! Always wear eye protection. Aim away from people and animals. Keep the muzzle covered when not in use. Do not remove orange tip and do not brandish. Please read instructions before use. And of course, made in China. Actually, as far as orange tips go, that's not too bad. You can see it from the front, which is super important, but of course you can see it from the side as well. Because, you know, this thing is just so realistic. It's like, I mean, the pump and everything kind of reminds me of a SPAS 12. Oh no, I mentioned a real firearm. Now all the 12-year-old Call of Duty enthusiasts are going to tell me how wrong I am. No, seriously, do it. It drives engagement for the channel. The shells don't look like anything I've gotten my hands on before, but they do appear to be incredibly basic. Grab our included darts. This also means this thing won't work with full-length darts, but it should work with half-lengths. Good fit on the dart, and it's basically flush. I like that. Oh, some of these shells are a bit rough. All right, going over the blaster, we've of course got a muzzle up here that doesn't have any kind of attachment point. This cap for the magazine tube does have a little loop on it. It's incredibly cheap. I wouldn't trust it with any kind of sling, and there is no other sling point that I can find. We do have Picatinny rail, and Picatinny rail, so you can put tons of tactical on it. And of course a pick rail here at the top, which does hold our 2 6-round shell saddles. They just kind of fit in there. They're a reasonably, like, they're not gonna fall out while you're running, but if you bump them, they might. But very easy to use, very easy to remove. There's no locking mechanism, but the friction is pretty good on there, so they shouldn't fly off unless you actually hit them against something. At the bottom of the blaster, in front of the grip, we actually have the loading bay, but to use this thing, you have to prime it first, and then open up that so you can stuff your shell in there. It's not the easiest, but it's also not the hardest. The guidance could be a little bit better. So the magazine tube holds 3, but then of course we can load 1 in the chamber for a total of 4, but judging by the way this thing pushes the shell up into the bolt, it doesn't look like we can ghost load it. Close that down, pump that forward, it is now chambered and ready to rock. Trigger, thin pivoting affair, works perfectly fine. Back of the grip, there is no stock, so this is what you get, which is perfect for a compact secondary if that's what you're going for. And there is, in fact, a trigger block safety if you need it. And as simple as it is, that's pretty much everything of the AGM MASTECH pump action shotgun. There's just something about shotguns that can carry multiple shots on them like this that really activates my neurons. I like it. If there's a strange noise in the middle of the night and you need something to quell it, I mean, this right here will probably bag you the entire raccoon horde. Lowering the table. Woohoo! Performance honestly doesn't seem that bad, but Freddy will be the judge of that. Hold on, I gotta open my grip. All right, you ready, Freddy? 89.5 feet per second. 85.7 feet per second. 81.4 feet per second. 81.1 feet per second. All right, now how we doing with Adventure Force Pro Darts? That is a very, very tight fit on that shell. 81.8 feet per second. 82.4 feet per second. 83.6 feet per second. 78.7 feet per second. Now, the slug is fine and all, but this is a shotgun. It's advertised as a shotgun, and I expect shotguns to shoot multiple projectiles. And with these kinds of things, there's really only one way to do it, and that is littering. Yeah, these little guys are pretty much an environmental disaster because good luck finding them after you've shot them out of your blaster. But these are 50 caliber foam paintballs. They're the exact same diameter as the foam of your Nerf darts, but of course round and ball-shaped. So we can actually see if this blaster will fire multiple of these balls out, but let's check to see what one of these guys does performance-wise. Freddy, if you will. 85.8 feet per second. 2 balls. 89 feet per second. That might be a little bit off, but they both came out, so. 3 balls. 78. Wow, it worked fine. All right, 4 is pushing it. There's no way, right? That's about perfect. We couldn't fit a 5th one in there. So, 65.3 feet per second. This is, I don't believe those numbers, but all 4 balls did actually fly out. So, it actually works. I keep expecting trash and I keep finding treasure. I mean, that's up to you to fully decide, but for where I'm sitting at, $20 for a toy like this is honestly pretty awesome. Yes, I'm an enjoyer of shotguns. I love pump action shotguns. This one has a tube mag that works. I haven't experienced any jams, although the shells are a little bit fiddly to load sometimes. It can fire 50 caliber foam balls. It can fire short darts. It can fire the weird 3/4 length darts. It would technically fire a full length dart, although the magazine tube wouldn't function. And the velocities are perfectly respectable for stock Nerf ages 8 and up. So even if you lost all of these darts, you could still pick up a pack of these from Walmart and be ready to rock. It's a smooth trigger pull. It's a very lightweight prime. Even a toddler could do that. And the shell ejection is legitimately fun. You'd have to be a pretty sad person not to enjoy that. It feels sufficiently sturdy, although the barrel feels like it's of a more brittle plastic. The actual body of it feels fine, in my opinion. And the stylings, I guess you could try to confuse this with a realistic weapon. Maybe if there was a bit more orange on it, especially with like the pump grip and the trigger, I think it would be super safe. Anybody that would confuse this for an actual firearm would confuse literally anything with an actual firearm. And there is the option to have the one with the stock and spend more money on that stuff. I actually like this config right here because it's really just the perfect breacher selection. The Nerf operator, you can have this tied to your pack or on your waist or hanging off a belt or something like that. And when that CQB engagement kicks off, you got yourself covered. And yeah, it's a shotgun. They're not exactly meant to hit the longest distance ever. For the price point it's currently being asked for, although I don't know about all those other ones that run like $50+ this is a cool little guy. I wouldn't much go over that $20 price tag if I'm being perfectly honest. These are your biggest limiting factor. You need to be able to pick them up. You need to be able to reload them. Without them, the blaster is completely useless. But if they're sold separately and you can get a boatload of them, I could see a lot of people having a ton of fun with this. Stock Nerfers and LARPers rejoice. I think this is the perfect blaster for you if you're craving that shotgun fix. Even HVZ, I would never recommend a shotgun for HVZ, but if you really want to live in the moment, this is a good one. The bolt linkage is metal, and even the part of it that springs out to kick your shell out is metal. Everything else seems to be a pretty decent plastic, so I can't fault it too much for that. And a lot of the design here seems to be like a budget Firefly. I'm really impressed that we found another pretty decent blaster. If you have had a bad experience with this one, leave it in the comments below. But really, the only complaint I have, even though it works really nice as a counterbalance and it feels really good, is the questionable piece of metal located in the grip. Yet, I could actually see myself rocking this thing on the field. It is reasonably fun and pretty affordably priced. You win this time, Amazon, but fear not, I'm sure there is trash coming. I mean, yeah, it just feels good.